Hi everyone, Graham Akers here from OpenNTF, and I'm here with a announcement for a new OpenNTF project, something we're calling the LotusScript Class Map for 14.5.1 or Notes 2026. And this started off, as you could see, as a project to essentially create a new set of class map posters for the LotusScript language, but it turned into really an alternative way to access the HCL documentation. It would still be great to work with HCL to build the posters, so we'll put that on hold for the moment. But in the meantime, we want to invite the community to give this site a try and send us your feedback. So this starts out as a full class map, and it's navigable, so you can zoom, you can scroll, you can use the class map list here to find the class that you're looking for. There's searching capabilities, and once you find the class that you want to work with and you find either the property or the method, you can click on it and get a little info box that pops up to give you the information about the particular method or property that you're clicking on, and then you've got a link that takes you directly out to the documentation on the HCL site. And let's break it down. So to begin with, you can use the home button to scroll out so that you can see all of the classes with some level of association amongst them. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I turned off the links there. You can turn them on and turn them off. So if they get in the way, you can turn them off. You can also move them around, so you can grab a class node and basically reorganize this entire map to be the way that you want it to be, and that'll be stored locally. And if you want to change back to the original default, just choose reset and it'll actually line things back up to the original set of details. And if you get zooming in and out and kind of get a little bit lost, just use the home button. You can also zoom, so just using the little plus and minus buttons here, you can get to a slightly more readable level inside the map. And as you can see, it's draggable. And again, click to open the methods. Let's zoom this in a little bit better. So get first item, where it has a decent amount of text in there. Again, you saw me before click to be able to zoom out or make it a little more readable. And I showed open documentation, but also a few examples. So the links directly to where there is the code so that you can, grab a snippet that you want to try yourself. It's all available right there. One of the things that you should find is as you're zooming, wherever you've got your mouse, it should zoom to your mouse, and then as you zoom in and zoom out, it'll stay focused on wherever you are on the map. So it should actually make sense when you're zooming. I've got a pretty touchy mouse here, so I'm finding this a little bit interesting to deal with. So we'd be interested to know how that works for other folks. I'm running on a MacBook Pro. Love to see what this looks like on other browsers. By the way, very important caveat, we have discovered that there is a bug in Safari that renders this less than an ideal experience. And this is outside of the tooling that we've used. This is built using a tool called joint.js for the mapping component. There's a bug in Safari that gives you some wonky display. So unfortunately, we don't support Safari clean. It works, but it's not a clean experience. Firefox and Chrome have been tested and they work just fine. Also haven't tested on mobile. This is a desktop experience. Obviously, given the number of classes that we've got listed here, it would be pretty ridiculous to try and make this work on your phone. So take a look at it on your desktop and again, let us know how it works for you. Couple of quick notes about the nodes themselves. So you can see these ones are highlighted in blue. These are the front-end classes. They do show the relationships between the classes. Again, you can toggle that off if you want to. We actually had it where it would toggle what the classes were or what the methods and properties were that illustrate those relationships, and that ended up being pretty challenging to see. But what we did do is when you mouse over at under 80% zoom level, so have a look down here, when you mouse over at under 80% zoom level, it's going to turn on or off. It'll turn on the class nodes that are related to one another, and off the ones that aren't. So whatever you've got highlighted, in this case it's Notes UI document, it also pops up a little window up here that'll show you what the relationships are and what the calls are that will give you the relationship between those. So if you zoom way out, sorry, let me go home. If you zoom way out and mouse over Notes UI document, it shows you which classes in the entire map are related. And this is kind of fun to do, even though it's pretty difficult to read. It does show you, and like I say, you can zoom up from the full, and obviously you don't see all of the classes, but if you mouse over a particular class, it'll show you what the relationships are, which is kind of fun. Color coding. So the front-end classes are highlighted in blue or have a blue header, and the back-end classes all have a yellow header. The legend down here will tell you that. And as you zoom in on them, you can see that any class that has properties, methods, and events will have them listed. Where there's only a couple, we didn't collapse the list, but when it was a much longer list, you do get them collapsed. Illustrating the detailed panel here, I've got notes documents selected, and if we scroll through the methods here, for example, get attachment, when we look at the properties box, or the detailed panel, if you will, we can see what the call is, how we would use this particular method, any parameters that we need to pass in, what does it actually return, and then any additional notes. And again, this is all taken straight from the HCL documentation. Similarly, if we use get first item, what's the parameter that you need to pass in, what does it return, and then some of the more specific details. And as you scroll through these, you'll see that new, for example, is not supported by COM, so we highlight where COM is supported or not supported for these properties and methods. Here's another one over here using new under Notes Newsletter. And again, you can kind of blow this out. I found that there were specific cases where there was a lot of information to display on the screen, and so we gave you the ability to blow that out and be able to read it a little more legibly. Let's take a look at the search functionality. So you can search either the list of classes or methods and properties within a class, or the catch-all, search everything. So under classes, for example, you can search for note session, and it highlights directly down, and then you can click it from the list and carry on from there. And you notice there's a little orange highlight. So if I was to, for example, go back to just notes, and let's just zoom out, it highlights all of the classes that have notes in them. So this is kind of a crazy example because almost all of them have notes in them, but as you type, it figures out what you're searching for. When searching members, this is kind of fun. If we were to say get document, it's going to search and come back with any property or method that has get document in it. So under notes database, get document by ID, get document by unID, get document by URL, notes document collection get document, and notes view get document by key, and then it highlights them. And you can actually specifically click in and it will open up the details of the result. And then under all, as you might expect, put whatever you want in for your search term, and you're going to get hits on where that particular term is used. Note too that it tells you whether it's a property or a method in the search results, which is kind of fun. We also put in a filter, and I'll be interested for people to share whether this is useful or not. So filtering classes, if I want to just see the back-end classes, it turns off the front-end classes. So I can switch that around. Maybe not so helpful, but let's say, for example, you wanted to do something with the calendar and you wanted to just see the classes to do with the calendar. You can turn the filter on so it'll just show you calendar-based classes, and then you can zoom in on those. If you want to do some stuff with DQL and are trying to find where the DQL classes are, there they are hiding over there. So one of the things that we can do with filtering is the new Domino IQ classes are included here, and there they are over there. You can pan and zoom. You can get into the details of what those properties and methods are. You've already seen me using it, but being able to scroll the side menu here is a quick and easy way to be able to find, just from an alphabetical standpoint, a particular class that you want to be able to zoom into, and when you select it, the map adjusts and zooms to that particular class. And last but not least, we have an Easter egg in here, something that's fun. For those of you who remember the Konami gaming cheat code from the late 90s, it is up, up, down, down, left, right, BA on your keyboard, and we get the new representation of the old blue background that was on at least one of the sets of posters. So that was kind of fun to add in, just to be able to change it around and make it kind of feel old school. And with that, we'll let you go and play with this. It's available, the source code's on GitHub. It's available from our server, and the URL is here. Thanks, and enjoy and have some fun.